Welcome back, universe, to Off the Rails podcast, episode 19, first ever 19th episode of the fourth season.
Yes.
Woo! Coming to you live from the Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios here in still cold Grafton, Wisconsin. Hey, and if you're looking to buy a house, maybe sell a house, or interested in a career in real estate, email Roy at cbhsr.com. Or give them a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. And this week, we're going to have some fun this week.
Joe Lowers, man.
Oh, Colin.
Yay.
Let me handle this. Let me handle this. He's a trophy husband that turned out to be a participation ribbon. Will Krolowitz.
Participation ribbon.
All right, she's a hot chick with a fat boyfriend, so that can only mean a few things. We're living in an afternoon sitcom. I have money, or she's a succubus looking for some easy prey. Molly!
Easy prey? Are you easy prey?
Yes.
Pretty easy.
Just got to know what to use for bait.
Oh, my God.
Pretty much a smile is all you need. And if you see this guy perform, don't wear shorts or anything remotely stupid looking. The president of the World Series of Comedy, Joe Lowers.
Joe, I can see your nuts, Lowers.
Yeah, I can see your nuts.
Is he getting up? Is he coming?
All right, share this, and I'll use my parents' reasoning because I fucking said so.
There you go.
Usually works on me. Are you guys ready to do some bad jokes?
Let's do it.
Hey, we had a guest bill, and we are going to slum it with only the president of the World Series of Comedy.
Only?
We'll have him step in. You know?
I'm excited.
All right, we'll try it.
Bad jokes.
Here we go. It's the bad joke monologue. How bad's it going to be? I don't know. How bad is it going to be?
It's going to be pretty bad.
It's the bad joke monologue. You get what you pay for at the bad joke monologue. I said bad joke monologue. It's bad. These are bad jokes.
He's apologizing ahead of time.
Yes, I do hedge my bets by naming it.
Hey, I said there was a bad joke. You heard the song? That's great. Molly did that, right? And Tom. That's Tom.
Well, I sang it. Yeah, I guess.
Sang? You call it sang?
Yeah. That's some good singing.
That was some great singing.
Yeah. Damn, Tom. That's some good singing.
No, you spoke it kind of bad joke monologue. That's not really
they had me just go off for 15 straight minutes.
And I took all of
she just took pieces of it.
I took all of the goofy ones that he was just like messing around.
Tired of doing the bullshit.
Dude, she's calling you goofy before you even do your monologue.
That's okay. Well, let's get into her. All right.
Oh, God.
Will Smith has been slapped with a 10-year ban from the Oscars following his war on comedy.
Yeah.
He said, once your kids get older, you got to think of clever ways to get out of going to shit. 10-year ban.
Was that the joke?
That was
the joke, Joe.
All right.
It was the bad joke.
He did it all just to get out of having to go.
You can let us know when the joke's over.
Usually when you see me squeeze that tear out, usually mean the punchline didn't last. And suck it back up into my
Molly
eye.
goes, well, I thought it was funny.
Yeah. All right. New study shows that cat owners are better looking and have more sex.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you count the numbers Joe Exotic is putting up in prison.
Well, that's true, huh? You think he's banging in prison?
He's getting married. He's settling down in prison. Yes.
How many times is that for Joe?
Uh,
Like 3, I think.
Does Molly get to hear these jokes ahead of time?
Molly okays them.
She
so
does.
Some of them. He doesn't
Yeah, 'cause I
remember.
just wondered,
Joe,
like,
that's his ride or die.
Her laughing at that last one was.
She loves him. She finds
Being
everything he
polite or-
does hilarious.
I asked Will, hey, it's Friday night. You mind if we go over the monologue?
I want to
I'm
go in
too
fresh.
tired.
I want to go in fresh. I
I'm
don't want
going
to
to bed.
look. If I laugh at something that I've already heard, I'm coming off as phony. Am I right, Joe?
Yes.
There's no danger of that today. But go ahead.
I don't want it anymore. I don't fucking want it anymore.
Why would
Look,
you want
I've
to go
heard
over
your
with
jokes a
Will?
million times. I still laugh at them.
Thank you.
Will's just going to make them worse if you go over with him.
What?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Joe.
All right, here we go. Study shows secondhand bong smoke is 4 times worse than cigarette smoke.
What?
Yet when you drive Will around, he won't let you have a single cigarette in your own car, but he'll rip a bong.
A bong? I haven't had a bong since the 70s. What the fuck are you talking about? Bong. Hey, man, what are we teaching, Joe? Are you going to bong, man? Come on.
That's
in
in
your
your
car.
car.
I don't know anything about marijuana, but I don't think you smoke bongs in a car either, do you?
No.
Like
But
that
not
just
unless
doesn't
you're looking
seem
to
like
get
that.
arrested. Jesus.
That just doesn't
Oh.
like pass this big glass
You
thing.
know what? Joe, I promise next time I will listen to the jokes first.
All right. According to O'Hare Airport records, cannabis amnesty boxes rarely used to ditch weed. At least that's what the guy emptying the boxes claims.
All right, that one was. All right.
That's not bad.
A little better? All right, Molly. Alec Baldwin's Match Game show will not be returning with him as the host.
Aw.
No more playing Donald Trump on SNL either. What
The fuck, Molly? Too soon, Molly.
My finger slipped.
The
Oh
joke
my
was going to be
God.
he could only play Dick Cheney.
And then you do it. Her timing. No.
That was
Put me down.
What was it? Was that a sound effects or what was
A
it?
gunshot.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear it.
do it again,
Try it
Joe.
again. Let's start over. Let's try it again. Come on.
Yeah, do it again. Yeah, this is part of show business.
This is
Let's act
live.
like it didn't happen.
All right. Just pretend you didn't hear the first one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alec Baldwin's Match Game show will not be
Bang!
What?
with him as the host.
What happened?
No more playing Donald Trump on SNL either.
No.
From now on, he can only play Dick Cheney. There you go.
She jumped the gun.
My finger
Great.
slipped.
Premature shot.
Yeah, well.
Hey, she's had to put up with a few.
It's about time it's her turn.
It's your turn.
And you're
Don't
right, it
shoot
does
too
suck.
quick, Molly. It does suck.
You're right. It does ruin the whole film.
Damn it.
Oh my God. Go ahead. Go ahead. What else you got?
Bruges. New trend is increasing in Japan. And it's increasing in popularity. Holy shit, it's the solo wedding.
Solo.
The only problem the Japanese are finding with those is the pronunciation.
Oh God.
Sure. As a German, I can joke about the Japanese. It's in the World War II tripartite pack. Read it. You should hear some of the shit I get to say about Italians.
Oh, shit.
So Stephanie just sent me a message. She said it won't let her on. Won't let me on.
We'll work on it. Molly will handle that.
Yes.
Molly's our technical person.
All right. After 22 years of marriage, Albert Pujols is divorcing his wife just days after brain surgery.
For him or her?
Her.
She had brain surgery?
And he's divorcing her a couple days later.
Oh my God.
He said, I didn't want to have to do this now. I was hoping she would die.
Oh.
Yeah, you would like that one, Joe. I thought you were going to say he's gay.
If things had worked out the way I expected, she wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, this
Oh
would
my
be a eulogy.
goodness.
What the hell?
Oh, that poor woman.
Us-
She's going to get some of that money, though.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what she looks like. Should give her a call, Joe. What do you think? Hey, hey, Albert Pujols' wife. I'm just a dude in Milwaukee. How about we go out?
Sure, my brain's fucked up. I'll say yes to Will.
Yeah. Down.
Duh. She's terrible. Okay. Let's move along.
Singaporean model is suing an artist for using her likeliness in a nude painting.
Ooh.
Mm.
And if she was Japanese, I would have a really good joke right here, but not allowed.
What? What's the joke?
It's a callback.
It's a
joke.
callback to his joke before where he said
I
he could
knew
make fun of the
Will
Japanese.
couldn't handle
Oh,
a
I
callback
thought
joke.
you were. I
Oh.
was thinking of the pronunciation.
No.
So you're doing callbacks in your monologue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Bad
Go
joke,
big or go home.
bad joke callback.
Sometimes I start with a callback.
special.
Like, look, you should have swallowed that
Parts-
before you spit it out, and you're gonna fucking say it again.
Were parts of the painting blurred out? Thank you. I'll be
Yes.
here all week.
Anyone that has seen that type of movie knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even in the cartoon ones, the cartoon ones are blurred
Whoa,
out.
whoa. You're watching cartoon porn?
Yes,
Jesus.
hell yes.
What is
The
wrong
laws
with
of physics don't allow what Will likes to see.
Right.
Can,
So you
can
see
anyone
things that-
actually get off watching cartoon porn?
No, but it's kind of fun to watch sometimes. No, I don't really
Saturday
get off with
morning,
it. I
With a bowl
don't.
of cereal.
Cereal?
Sit down with your kids.
Yeah.
Right after
oh,
races.
oh,
Oh my
you're
goodness.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
What's
You
that
like
one you
Captain
beat?
Crunch? I'll cut your mouth open.
All right.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
All right. We'll bring her up in a second here. Let me do the last joke. You guys ready for the last
Yes,
Yeah.
finally.
one? My closer.
Go ahead.
New CDC guidelines recommend you should still wear a mask in certain places.
Ugh.
And for me, it's over my mouth and nose. And CDC was telling everyone, but they were looking right at that's why you can't do it, Will. It's like solving a Rubik's Cube.
No, I got the big earphones. That's
Hit
why.
it, Mal. Let's get Stephanie up here.
Yeah.
What is- More light, I think.
Hey, welcome back, University
it's better.
Off the Rails. Stephanie Hall showed up. Hey, Stephanie, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
No problem. She's a 3-year veteran of the West Virginia Comedy Festival and performs all over the top half of the Bible Belt. Her grandma's favorite comic, and she could be yours as well, Stephanie Hall.
Hey, welcome.
Woo. That was such a beautiful intro that almost never made it.
Oh, I'm glad.
But we're gonna have a great time today. We got Joe Lowers, World Series of Comedy president.
Yes.
Woo. Well, what do we like to do first, Mao?
Oh, the hot seat.
It's gonna be the new name of the show. We're changing the name.
What's that? The hot seat?
Well, the second show will still be Off the Rails. This show will be the Hot Seat
The
Show.
hot seat show.
We're changing things up.
Or I suggested Molly, Will, and the buffoon.
All right, this is for everyone here to jump in. What's an event that you would like to be banned from for 10 years?
Man, an event that I'd like to the World Series of Comedy.
The event that you created. You want to be banned?
Banned.
Joe, can you imagine
Just
if
a
it was
decade.
Jason running it, how great it would be?
Hey, Joe, I think someone that could, I know someone that could make that happen for you.
Yeah. Take some time off, Joe. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I want to come back when it's all successful.
Right? Yeah. And ruin it again.
Oh, that hurt.
It was your answer.
Right?
I didn't see that coming.
You walked right into it.
Yeah, but I think I just didn't think it would happen here. Yeah, something funny. Something funny coming from what I said.
Well, it was Molly. You know, she's the mean one.
I am.
Stephanie, any place you want to be banned for 10 years?
The Miss America contest.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't
Do they even have those still anymore?
I
don't
have
think
no
I've seen
idea, but I'd like to be banned from it.
Yeah,
they
that'd
always
be great.
It's a good one.
they always do something.
There would be so many questions on like why.
It would have to include being banned from ever watching it, too.
I just want to
Oh,
see
going.
year by year the Miss West Virginias and see what they look like.
They're
They're
all
all
Any
pretty
girls
hot.
in your state? They're pretty
Come
hot.
on, Wes.
Got a little drawl. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to look those up later.
yeah, people are allowed to move to West Virginia.
Yeah, Mom-
it's a nice place. It's a great place.
Where do you live in West Virginia?
In Charleston, in
Oh,
the capital. Yeah,
That's a big town. Charleston, West Virginia.
it looks big.
Well, if it's a capital, it's got to be
That's all that
pretty big.
matters, right? Want
well,
to take a
it's all
picture of
That's
it?
what
how you
Tom says
use it.
about his pee. It looks big.
Yeah.
It's all in how you use it.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Yeah, the city is beautiful, but it, like you said, it's the state capital. We literally call the Capitol building the Bad Idea Factory.
There you go.
Huh.
That's a couple of delegates from Charleston came up with that, and they're like, "Gotta go to work. Somebody shoot me."
All right, Joe. This one's mostly for you because you know you can't get out of here without a donut question.
Oh, boy.
All right.
And I only see this on TV. I don't ever see it in person. Do you dip donuts in coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee,
No.
but
You
I
don't
dip them
either.
in milk, depending on the kind.
You dip them? I don't like soggy donuts, man.
I don't think he was talking to you.
You know what? This is my show,
Are you
and
sure?
everyone can
Pretty
answer.
sure he said this question is
This
for Joe
question's for
about
Joe.
donuts.
That's it.
Well,
we're
he
done.
answered,
We're
and then I'm
fucking out of
leaving
here.
Said it's
Close
mostly
it
about
down. I'm
Joe.
turning it out. I'm killing it.
Hey, I better write that down, right?
We gave him a notepad. Do you see a lot of people doing it ever, or is that just for TV?
I can't imagine dunking a donut in a coffee, but I mean, it seems like it would just ruin a donut.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah, ruin both of those. Like, coffee is great.
Then you got donut chunks floating around.
Do you
Yeah.
know where this question came from? There's a new Taco Bell commercial for their breakfast, and it's got
She's
some girl
obsessed.
that brought her friend to some breakfast in bed.
Yeah, I
And
just saw that.
part of the commercial is them dipping one of those Cinnabon Delight things in
yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
They're filled with like
Cream cheese.
frosting, and you're dipping them in
Yeah,
coffee. They're all
just,
covered in. No,
that's-
I mean,
what are you
I mean,
doing?
Dunkin' Donuts, I guess
But
it's
it's
a thing for
Taco
some
Bell.
people.
I
But what
don't
I'm
know.
saying is
That commercial
that's the
made me
name of
angry.
a donut place, Dunkin'. So I guess people do dunk, but I don't.
I've
Jesus.
never seen it.
I don't
Have
know.
you ever dunk a white powder cake donut and put it in milk?
Oh
What's wrong?
God, what
No.
it turns into.
No,
Oh my! Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
you drink the
Not
milk
the show.
afterwards. You
Go,
don't
let's go
dunk it.
get some donut. Oh, what is wrong with you?
Just take
people?
a swig of the milk and a bite of the donut.
Oh,
Don't get it all wet.
What about you?
It's the
I'm done
sugar's
here.
gonna come off and clump up in the drink.
Stephanie looks like she's got an opinion on this too.
she's holding her tongue.
I did spend 12 years as a baker, so like even the thought of donuts is just like,
Oh.
okay.
all right, I'm done here.
That's Joe's thing.
Jesus.
That's his pleasure. Come on.
So are donuts a breakfast or a dessert?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
they're also a dinner, a
Yeah.
lunch, a snack, in between dinner and lunch.
Yes.
Oh,
Like,
So,
I
what do you
should
think
have had.
of Krispy Kreme, like the fresh
No,
ones?
I don't like Krispy Kreme.
You know, a lot of people don't.
I do.
I
love
think
'em.
they're like a kiss from Jesus, man. That and you know the
Yeah, if Jesus doesn't like donuts,
Yeah. All right.
would
Have you
he
guys
like
seen the-
donuts though? Would he?
no, because you
Jesus
see,
don't.
he's lean and cut. He's not gonna.
He just
eat
wasn't
that crap.
around donuts. If he was
I
around
just
it,
don't think he would appreciate
Oh, yeah.
donuts.
Are you kidding me? He made donuts.
yeah.
No, his father made the donuts.
Where do you think they got the idea for the donut hole, dude?
Oh my!
Right
goodness.
there, right in his hands.
Oh my gosh.
Don't,
You can whistle.
don't. You're
Yeah.
gonna get me to stop
They
praying.
were hanging donuts on his hand.
Yeah.
Tom,
And they looked at his hand and went, "That's fucking brilliant for a donut."
Yeah,
Taboo jar's right up there.
yeah. If
Yeah,
we deep
you
fry
need to-
that hand,
Put some money in that jar. Your language.
Have you guys seen the AMC movie theater chick? I want some opinions on that. Have you seen her?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, so in the LA movie theater, the projector broke and they're like, "Everybody calm down. It's going to be 20 to 25 minutes."
Oh yeah, I heard about
So
Yeah.
then a lady got up and did some stand up.
Oh,
Yeah.
To a captive audience.
oh God.
Well,
She good?
I'm showing her right now. You guys want to? Here we go.
that. We just got this video for the World Series.
Whatever's left over, I want you to put in your dad's coffee, Brian. I feel like all the moms in NorCal thought I was a stripper just to make your tattoos. So I also like to give advice to people. I believe in Buddha. Jesus was never married. He could have been dropped off the kids for a week and been like, "Here's your dead fish, bitch." I want to help. I want to inspire. I've been going through depression. Anybody here yet? Ain't nothing going I'm like, if that can get Tina Turner away from Ike Turner, that can get me out of my one bedroom into a house in the hills.
She was still.
Good for her, man.
So she went for 25 minutes straight.
Well, 25 minutes of that might be a bit much, but look, good for her to get the
that's
balls
the
to
point.
get up and to try to entertain people that are sitting there with nothing to do.
Well,
Good for her, man.
You think so?
If they didn't like it, they could have booed her off, but like
They did at
They
some
did at
point.
the
well,
end.
okay, and then maybe the balls on that girl to
All right.
get up. That is a comic. She's performing.
Joe, what do you think here?
I'm sad.
You're sad.
No. I think I kind of agree with Will. I mean, comics are crazy. This is a crazy life that we have, and she saw an opportunity to do something, and it takes a lot of guts to do it normally, and then to even step up farther and do that. And who knows? Maybe she would have been great, and they would have loved it, and she learned that she needs more time and more stage time.
And more movie theater. Maybe she
And it
sabotaged the
needs
projector.
to be able to learn to read the room because
Well,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Well, of course. That's
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Joe, seriously, if you're doing like a movie theater crowd, shouldn't you just only be doing your G material? You shouldn't be talking about
yeah. If you're supposed to,
Your
well,
depression
it's
and-
R-rated theater. That's probably just adults. So I would
Well.
say it's okay. But if you have kids in there, you got to have kid friendly.
well, what do you think there, Joe?
Yeah, you should definitely try to keep it clean if you're going to be doing it in front of a clean group. I do think it's crazy. I mean, it's nuts that she did it but it's also takes a lot of guts to do it. But
she was singing too at one point.
Oh yeah, she's in
I
the.
think there's been times, and Will, you've been doing comedy a long time too. Stephanie, I'm not sure how long you've been at it, but there's been so many times that sometimes I wish I didn't know what I know now. Like I see some newer comics, they're like, oh, I'm going to go do this open mic, or I'm going to go do this. And they're like, you want to do it? And I'm like, no, not a chance. 28 years ago, yeah, I'd have jumped on it. I would have stood in front of, I'd have stepped up in front of that crowd and tried that. Now I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. I don't care. I've been doing it for 28 years and I still couldn't get that crowd.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. If there was a guy sitting in the front with shorts on and a hot wife, dude, you would have destroyed.
You would have owned me if I was sitting up front with Molly.
So I want to know, would any of
No, I
you?
said a hot wife.
Oh, did you just cut on Molly? What an asshole you are.
Yeah, he is.
Give me a little sound effect there. I'm kidding.
Without Molly, this show is nothing.
We
It's okay,
say
I'm not
that
his wife.
we say that every week. Every week we threaten to
Don't
fire
try to
her
get out of it
and
now.
replace her. We couldn't do the show without her,
Yeah.
and she takes it as a good sport. She knows we're not.
Hey, Steph, do you think you could have won that crowd over? A movie theater crowd?
A movie theater crowd.
Would you
Well,
have done it?
I wouldn't have done a black scent for 20 minutes. First of all,
Right.
Did she do it? I didn't
yeah,
know
she
this.
talk
was
about
great.
reading the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, can I get banned from going to the movies for 10 years?
Hey, I
That'd be
think
nice.
I'm banned for life because I'll wait for it
'Cause
to
of
come
that
out on
episode you had.
Netflix. Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about that.
I think
not
we
gonna
talked about
discuss
this last time I was on the air. The last movie I saw in the theater, Pirates of
what?
the Caribbean.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna
What?
come
The
up with
first
it. I
one?
remember. Yeah.
One.
the first one.
Wow.
It's been a
That's
minute.
crazy. So if you guys had 25 minutes, you knew they were fixing the projector, you were going to be sitting there, would you get up and attempt doing something like that?
I wouldn't take up the whole 25.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first started,
Yeah.
like 20
And you
years ago.
needed the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, that's when you think, oh, everybody wants to see me. I can win this crowd. I can do it. And now I wouldn't do it if you paid. Like even if they were saying, hey, I'll pay you to do it, I'd be like, no, that's not the right play. You just learn over the years the places that comedy works and the way it works, and you after so many years, you just go, I don't want to put myself in that kind of
Yeah.
pain.
I've noticed that interviewing brand new comedians to all the way veterans, and you hit a point in your career, it seems like where you say no to things. The early
I went out
comments
to
you
an
say
open
no.
mic. I went out to an open mic the other day here in Pittsburgh because Kevin is one of our new hosts runs it, and I just went to hang out with him. And he's like, "You want to go up?" And I'm like, "No," because it was a little rough, and there was like 2 people in the audience, and he's like, "Oh, you would kill," and I'm like, "Don't need it.
Don't need to kill this for me.
Yeah, don't need that feeling right now." Yeah.
But listen, Joe, say
Yeah.
if you're sitting in your seat and the thing goes out for 25 minutes and it's dark, and then you got a wisecrack to make about the projectionist or something, and you throw a line out there without getting up in front of everybody, just a voice in the darkness, and then you start to get some laughs, you could get the cooking straight from your seat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to get popcorn and donuts.
Yeah. Well, at some point she was like yelling at the people that hadn't already.
Yeah,
left
I
too,
didn't
and
want to
going,
play
"Hey,"
another 45
you know.
seconds,
Yeah.
but believe it or not, it goes way downhill from there.
She
Well,
goes like, "Hey, I don't like to see how you guys would do this for 20." But no
We
one
didn't
asked
Yeah,
pay
but
me.
nobody asked her to do
How
it.
much do you
Yeah.
think she paid the projectionist?
That's what I
to
was
turn,
thinking.
yeah, because Tom said that she might have very well paid him
Sabotage.
to turn the thing
Who
off.
goes
so
to a
she could
movie
get up
theater
there,
in a tight like dress
and
like
she
that?
probably thinks nobody's gonna leave. They want to see the rest of the
I like
movie.
Tom in a tight dress like that.
Well, you can't sit down and be
Who
comfortable.
goes in a tight dress?
I can't get that tight anymore.
Well, I go in a tight dress, and that's probably why I would never just jump up because I'm hoping it stays dark in there and no one sees me.
I need super strong heels.
you
If
don't
I
wanna-
jump in heels, I don't know if they can hold me or I'll be
Tom,
stuck
how
to
is
the
your
ground.
ankle, by the way? He
It's
broke his
still-
ankle. It's still.
I went to the
messed up?
doctor and he told me I was fat. And he told me to never play sports again.
That's why your ankle hurts.
That's literally what the doctor told me. You're fat and you can't play basketball or volleyball anymore
and live with. it.
Wow.
and live with
no,
it.
no more
Wouldn't you
volleyball?
want to play that stuff so you're not fat though?
That's how I heard it. I joined my old volleyball league, and then the second game,
How
blew out
about you try walking?
I should have. I went
Yeah.
right to jumping.
And-
Walk
yeah,
right away from that organized sports.
yeah, just try
He
walking
loves
for a little
volleyball.
bit.
That's a shame. And he also played soccer, man. He was pretty
was
good
good.
back in the day.
Yeah.
And now look
Yeah,
at
but
him.
that's back in the day. Now you got to just kind of. This is.
Well,
coming
I
from a
asked,
other
can I get
background.
surgery to fix it? He's like, nothing snapped. It's just loose. I'm like, well, can you crank
tighten
it
it up?
down?
Tighten it up.
Crank
Put some
down my
oil in
ankle.
there.
Yeah, no.
Nah, just don't play
How
volleyball
does your
anymore.
ankle get loose?
I don't know. Because he's like, well, if you try, you're just going to be in the hospital again.
Oh.
I'm like, oh,
Joe from Insane Asylum's here, and he said he drove past a town that had a bar renamed Off the Rails. He wants to know if we bought it.
no, we don't have owning bar money.
Well,
He also
Jason
says he was
said-
told that you hurt your ankle trying to walk in my heels. Joke's
Oh,
on you. I don't own
she doesn't
heels
wear
with
heels.
heels.
She doesn't. She
I
doesn't
don't.
do that.
No.
Hey, do you know we got to see her license, which had her weight on it? So we know
Yeah.
Molly's weight,
No,
or
that's a
we
lie.
know that Molly's.
We
a
know what
freaking
Molly
liar.
says
I
her
know.
weight is. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
said
that's
it
a
was.
that's a question for you, Steph.
You know, that weight
But-
was true at one point, and I've just never changed
Is
it.
everything on your driver's
It
license true?
stays.
You don't have to tell us what it is, but is it true?
No.
All of it. Yeah.
All of it's true.
Yes.
I'm 6'1" too.
So I go ahead and add 20 pounds.
Okay.
And when I
that's
go in to
okay.
take my picture, I make sure I've been up all night, possibly hungover, so I look accurate when they
Right.
check my
You get
ID. They're
pulled
like,
over.
Smart.
got you.
Yeah.
I had been trying to get my picture on my license like this for years. The one time, the woman, this was years ago, she grabs the monitor and smacks it and spins it around. She goes, "That what you want?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, please." She's like, "No, we got to do it again." Finally, like 4 driver's licenses. My newest one is something like that. It's pretty close.
You know,
It's
you
awesome.
have to
I
walk
do
up
it every
that
single
space.
time. I've been doing it since I was like 17 or whatever when I got my license. I'm digging it out.
You finally got someone that let it fly.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
here's my.
And then you gotta
Well, make sure you cover the stuff up.
Let me say, put it up.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
make sure you cover your stuff
Yeah,
up. This is
your
yeah. You don't
Oh,
want
yeah.
to.
You know what? My identity just got stolen too.
Thanks, Joe.
Somebody's
I
watching,
appreciate
Joe.
it.
Yeah, can you blur that out for me, Molly, before this airs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm an idiot.
Well, it's
Right.
live
It's
now. I'll
live.
take it down and I'll
We'll take it
I'll
down.
blur
Okay.
out.
Okay, you almost got it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you look batshit crazy, so if
Yeah.
that was it.
You got to make
I
that
saw my
face.
license up.
You got to make that face at the cop when they pull you over, so he'll know it's you.
That's what I said.
Yep.
The first call I got probably like a month ago, somebody in Wisconsin was trying to buy a car. And I said to my wife,
those
I'm like,
Wisconsinites.
Will Krolowitz is
Will-
still my identity.
You know, he had trouble with the car dealership too.
That's
They
what
wouldn't
I
take
said.
your identity, I
said,
bet.
Joe, do you know how hard it was for me to get that loan?
I thought for
You had to
sure
make the Joe face and you got it.
putting that I'm a comic on my Facebook would cause anybody not to try to steal my identity.
Right? I was like, he don't have anything. He's a comic.
Yeah.
I'm like, if
Checking out
somebody
his
gets up with a better car than me, I'm going to be pissed. They went through. It's a long. I had to do all kind of stuff.
Oh, I've been training
That sounds
pigeons to
rough.
shit on.
And I'm like, I don't know
Williams
how
car.
they could have got my license, and then here I am putting it on.
I got these homing pigeons just for Will's car.
Thank God nobody watches this show.
Yeah, I want you to clean that off for me.
You can fuck right
This
up, man.
bird shit on my car, my beautiful red car. I come out, I took it through the
Beautiful.
car wash. I look, it's still there. It's crusty shit on there. It's just.
If you
Needs
loved your
my-
car,
some
you'd
elbow grease.
wash it by hand
Yeah.
instead of
I
giving
will-
up
I'm
to
gonna
a machine and
go,
paying money.
It's a monthly
Giving it up
thing. I
to
just
a
keep
machine.
driving through. It doesn't cost me anything. I pay once a month.
All
But
right.
I'm gonna have to scrub that shit off.
I know,
I
and
it's
then
gonna
go
be
now
through
why
it.
this show is called Off the Rails.
Yep.
We are
That
so
bird
off
must
the
have been
topic.
eating berries. It's all red and just or maybe dying, bleeding. I don't
Way
know.
to go, Tom. You got
They're
him talking about his
probably-
car.
Getting enough nutrients to support
Listen.
eggs, you know?
I'm
All right.
gonna put it up on
How do
the
you guys
page.
feel about the doing stand up in the metaverse? Because now they have VR where people can actually pay to see you stand up in the metaverse.
I'm very excited for it. I'm looking forward to trying it soon, later this month. I just needed the equipment. It's kind of an investment. I don't play video games. I don't have a system like that sort of thing. But
So you
um,
know a lot more about it.
What's involved?
I don't know.
no,
Yeah,
you log in, and then all the people are also hooked into the metaverse, so they can see me or in
That-
like in real time and interact and laugh and everything. But it's all virtual reality.
Do they actually
No.
see you, or is it an avatar that you created?
You could do it either way. There's the one with the avatar, but you can also like it'll use the camera and then project my image on like in front of a brick wall with the microphone, the classic stand-up comedy trope.
So is this going to be like an open mic, or are people paying to go to a
People
comedy
pay
club?
for them. People pay for them. I'm in a Facebook group called Displaced Comedians.
Mhm.
Started during the pandemic. It was just a workshop and keep shit fresh. And they start like somebody chimed in and said, "Hey, we're going to be doing this. It's via Oculus, in the metaverse, and it's kind of well received. Like how often are you going to do stand up for 10,000, 20,000 people?
Jeez.
So it's a huge audience to reach. And it's, in my opinion, it's a nice avenue to explore. I don't know if I'll like it yet. I don't know how I'll feel about having a box on my head while I talk, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, what
Like,
kind of a cut do you get from
Yeah,
the
and
ticket sales?
What's the
too?
investment that you have to pay to get one of those Oculus?
I looked into buying one, and it's like you got to have the system and the Oculus. So altogether with everything, it was going to be like with the microphones, $800 to $1,200, depending on how much you want to put into it. And I don't know about the pay rate on them because I looked into doing it, but I didn't sign up for it.
Well, you can't get smacked with one of those on though.
Oh yeah, I bet you freaking Chris Rock would have
You could get a
paid
virtual slap.
$12,000 for a.
You would feel it on your face.
Right.
I got a birthday coming up this month, but I don't think my sons are going to spring for that much.
It'd be interesting to see if this took off, because like you could then just sit in the comfort of your home and do shows. If
Yeah,
not around the world,
this
then-
is honestly, this is the very first time I'm ever hearing of this.
Me too.
See, you put up with all our dumb crap, and we'll throw you a nugget once in a while and make
Yeah.
it worth it.
Right now, I'm like, oh man, I just hate the thought of it, but I also agree with Stephanie. It's really interesting, and
Yeah.
everything that you said about it is interesting, and it might be something to to learn about. And then my business mind starts working, going, "Oh, is this going to be a branch of the festival somehow?"
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Should be. Get
Yeah.
with the times, Joe.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
come on,
trying.
Joe.
Yeah,
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm always.
I think we should let Stephanie. She should have a list of questions that
Oh,
she
man,
wants
here
to
it
ask
is.
Joe, and I also do too. When Stephanie's done, I have an important one I want to ask as well. It's over here.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm ready. I
Oh,
can
you guys want a little interview? Pump up drums? Here we go. I wrote that drum riff, just so you know. I played that.
Think
I
that
wrote it.
sounds like
That was
Phil
me.
Collins.
He's an inspiration
Sounded like
of
you were
mine,
just
so I
dropping
understand
some
why you
drums.
think that.
It sounded like you were just carrying some drums and dropped them.
This is actually, I was taking out the garbage and tripped over the cans.
No, I can feel it.
Have you seen that?
That's Phil Collins.
Yeah.
I love that song.
No, there's a
especially if you-
video of a
There's-
kid that dumped a bunch of garbage cans over, and they do it to that song, and it like is
yeah.
timed perfectly. It's pretty
man.
funny.
I'll have to check that out.
All right. Well, Joe, you do we'll have Stephanie get some good World Series of Comedy questions in here, but I just wanted to get everybody, we'll do some announcements real quick, making some small changes. We're going to be changing the title of this show. The second hour will be off the rails. It's two totally different shows. Let's name it what it is. Twisted Dreams Film Festival, October 14th to the 16th. Remember when Molly wanted to do that burlesque show, but it fell on that? Well, we decided to have a burlesque show at the Twisted Dreams Film Festival, and Molly's going to be a kitten.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm definitely going to have to attend that.
Attend
Are you
that.
gonna buy heels then?
Oculus.
Are you gonna have some heels then?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Probably.
Yeah.
some sort of boots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at Tom. Some
I'll be
sort of
burlesquified.
some kind of garter belt and some kind of whip
Yeah.
cape, something
In a wig.
Gotta do it. Do it right, right?
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Because you couldn't make the last one.
It's like a horror themed like burlesque troupe, though. They do
It's
like
gonna be all
That's
bloody.
right up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Lloyd Kaufman's going to be there, Mr. Troma himself.
it's gonna
So
be
it's
great.
going to be a meet and greet. So everybody, I just found out that when Lloyd Kaufman, when you do a meet and greet with him, he gives you an autograph and a story. So the line moves really slow, but it's going to be worth it. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. So the World Series of Comedy, Joe. So it's nine on nine, like baseball World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about baseball. Jason's a baseball
Yeah,
guy.
it's the poker like World Series. But to get started, we'll just start at the beginning. You have to send in a 5-minute clip,
Correct.
and then
Well,
what happens
If
then?
you
You want me to-
enter, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Will. We'll see
I
how
was
much
gonna say,
you
if
know.
you enter early enough, you can enter all the satellites,
Correct.
and then the longer you wait, the less that you can do, or it might cost you more to do all of them. And of course, I don't know how many people have you ever had anybody that's done every single satellite?
1 year we had Ira Summer almost he did 11 out of the 12.
So
Oh,
he
wow.
didn't.
Wow.
So,
He had to
Wow.
miss
so
one of them, and he was so mad. Like when he
Oh.
didn't confirm, I'm like, I'm like, what's going on? What
You
happened?
can't just miss one.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm so mad, I don't even want to talk about it. He got work or something, and he had to do real work. He was really mad.
Aw.
Ira did our show, and he was a lot of fun, man.
He was a
really
blast.
He was a
Yeah.
blast. I like Ira.
I think Ira's probably done the most in 1 year. Mike Eshak did a bunch, and he kept coming in second, and third in them, so he did really well. Yeah, you can do them all. I think what happens is most people who sign up early and choose all 12, they do that because they signed up early, and then they kind of see if their video did well and the other early ones, and most of the time comics usually have one or two that they really want to do.
Mm.
And I always tell comics, I'm like, don't come to any if you're not going to have enough money to come to the main event. Like the satellites are just to help you get into that club or be seen or earn more points to get into the main event. But if you are only planning on coming to one event, make it the main event.
Well, we're
Right.
going to try to see if we can get Tom's mom to bankroll the flight.
Yeah.
So, and then of course we have to bring her along.
Yeah, that's right.
She came last year.
She's a lot of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
she came along. You
She
met
came
her.
to Vegas.
She was fun, man.
So
Yeah.
Stephanie, this is your first year, correct, in the World Series?
I entered a few years ago.
Yeah, you didn't register this year yet, right?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. I didn't want to commit to something and
Right.
then not be able to. Actually, the main event falls on my birthday this year, the 25th.
Well, it's
Woo!
perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's her birthday that day too.
Aw.
My
Oh,
dog
that-
is my
Aw.
birthday twin.
What's her name?
So, like that would be. That's something I wanted to do for years was, go to the main event because it's almost always on my birthday, like that whole week. Do that out in Vegas. I've never been to Vegas before.
It's fun.
Vegas is fun.
Yeah.
Joe, is it going to be in Vegas this year? Have we come to a?
We
You want to
will
make a decision?
know-
Go ahead.
No, we'll know for sure. Hopefully, I say for sure, and then I say hopefully, by the end of April. We several of the clubs that we have been talking to in Vegas, they got new clubs and they were busy and kind of putting us off, and we're kind of holding off because we want to work with them. So we'll be out there in April for our satellite, and Jason and I's goal is to come out of there that week with
A commitment.
location signed and announcement.
Well, I hope to come out of that week with some edibles to bring home, but not.
So, Joe, we run Twisted Dreams Film Festival. I want to know what do you hate the most about running a comedy competition? I want to see if it's close to what I hate.
Man, these questions are hard because I bitch a lot about a lot of things. I don't hate anything.
Okay.
I mean, I love what I do, and I mean, I hate when it's more about like yesterday, a comic who I just got to know this comic in Atlanta, and I really like him, and he got into I hope maybe if he's listening, I don't know, but I mean, he got into Phoenix and accepted the spot. And then he got into Vegas and accepted the spot. And then he sent me an email saying, hey, I'm just going to do Vegas. Hopefully this doesn't cost you any kind of problem or work. Well, it had already been a week and a half after that he confirmed.
Okay.
So I sent him back a kind of a nasty email because I was mad. And the email basically said, I don't care so much about the work that you're costing me, and you are costing me a lot of work. I'm more upset about the comic who is not going to get to perform in this satellite because of your decision.
Yeah.
Because I try to give the comics 3 weeks to confirm and have time to plan their travel and all that kind of stuff. If somebody cancels late, I go to our spreadsheet, pull his name off, move the next one up. This satellite's in Phoenix. The next person might be in New York or West Virginia, and they may not have time to get the time off work now. So this one worked out perfect because the next person lived in Phoenix.
Oh, great.
So it worked. But it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes I have to go through 10 or 15 comics to get that last spot filled. So I don't know if I hate that. That's a frustrating part.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say the fact that we have to judge movies and make it a competition and pick the winners is the part that bugs me.
Yeah, I don't mind watching and judging, and I think I hate. I guess I could say I hate when a comic registers but doesn't take the time to learn or understand the process and realize that the contest part of this festival is so small. That's not why you should do it, and you should be doing it because you want to network and be around it, and
Right.
And I think with film festivals that you guys run or judging a film, it's kind of the same thing. There's going to be lots of people going, how do you judge it? It's art. Yeah, you're right. It is. I'm an artist. I went to Art Institute. I'm an artist first. How do you judge art? How do you judge that? But there are criteria that you can look at in everything that's done. We're looking at stage presence, originality, and overall. So, I mean, you can judge originality. You can put originality against, if you give me 50 videos of comics, I can pick the one that I think's the most original. And I can pick, the person who looks the most comfortable on stage, and I can pick,
It's subjective, but even
Yeah.
with these film festivals, it's all exposure. I mean, that's
correct.
people's indie, self-made films in the most cases that are getting exposure, getting seen, getting out there. And then if they go to the film festivals, they
That's-
can
that's-
meet the people, network,
See, I don't
meet the
think
other
It's
filmmakers.
networking as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And a lot of times they don't appreciate what they get at the film festival. Maybe it's just making the satellite and getting that stage time, but the fact that
Yeah.
we have 3 days and time slots, and we put your movie as one of the
Well,
time
there could be
slots
someone
is
in the audience watching that could help them. get
Yeah,
information.
everything.
I mean,
everything.
There's
Same thing
yeah,
for
I think
food.
any kind of festival you should only enter if you plan on trying to take advantage of everything that the people like you guys running this film festival. You're not doing it for the hell of it. You're doing it because you like it and you love that kind of genre and you want to help. And when I started doing the World Series of Comedy, it started doing really well, really fast. And I was like, and I don't do this for the money. I do it because I love. I'll be the first one to say I make money from this festival. It's a business, but I do it for the love of comedy. But at one point, I thought, oh man, I should just turn this into a World Series of Karaoke because there's a zillion singers, and I could just take the same format I have and make a lot of money off the singers. And I did it for 3 years. It did okay. I hated it. I didn't care about the singers. They were good singers. There was one, but when they bitched, I was like, whatever. I realized early on, and the thing, my heart, I probably could have kept pushing it. I probably could have maybe turned it into something bigger, but my heart was not in it. I care about the comics. I care about the registrations. I want them to feel like they. I don't know if I ever told this story in here, but I mean, years ago, a comic registered, submitted a video. There's usually between 350 to 400, maybe 500 registrations. His was the last one, bottom of the row. He had the worst video. The following, never asked for notes, never didn't come to the festival. Following year, he registers again, submits the same video, bottom of the pile. Third year, I said to my wife, I go, if this guy registers again, I'm sending him back his money. My wife's like, why? And I go, I don't want him just to register and keep giving me a registration and not growing. That's stupid.
You know what I think, though, Joe?
That's just spending money to not learn.
You know what I think, though, Joe? Because sometimes when people have that as a dream and they think, I'm going to register, this time I'm really going to do it, and they just can't bring themselves to do it, but it's like giving themselves a goal. I'm registering. He should make a better recording, but obviously, like maybe he's got an issue where he doesn't want to, he's afraid to get on stage, and he keeps telling himself, I'm going to do it, and it just hasn't been happening. I would give him a call and talk to him about it.
No, he's got to get a man on his
This
own.
was 8 years ago. He was older. He's probably dead now.
Oh,
But-
no. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I don't know.
This was old guy?
This was probably the first 3 years of the festival that this happened in 2010, 11, 12, something like that. I think part of that might have been us too not putting out as well as we do now about offering help and things like that. That might have been on our end, and that could have caused me to start working harder. Like I just assumed comics would email me and say, hey, why didn't I get in? But they don't.
No, that's a hard call to make. Yeah.
Some of them do, but some of them don't. So now we push more to say, hey, you can have help.
What I mean by hard move is it's a lot easier to go, fuck those guys. They don't know what they're talking about.
yeah.
Well, Joe, like your first year, I think it was just pretty much you and your wife, and you maybe had a host or two. It was a smaller thing. Like you were pretty much doing it all yourself. There were no satellites. I don't know. Do you know anybody that was back then in that first contest?
I don't know, Will.
You were the first one.
The
Will's
very
been
first
at the
one.
first of a lot of shit.
Yeah, Will was there, and then somehow Will
That's an
still
old
looks,
joke.
Will looks the same.
Yeah. Why do you think
A
he
lot
got
older,
so offended
I'm
about my
somehow I have-
crucifixion joke? He was
I have
there,
turned
man.
into Will. So there's pictures of Will and I throughout the years, and somehow I have turned into looking like Will, and I have never.
Oh
wanted to
fuck!
call
I
myself
need a Vladimir Putin table to get you way the hell away from me if that's catchy.
Yeah,
You're already starting to look like me. My son mentioned that. So you and Tom are getting chunky. Y'all starting to look alike.
Oh,
no.
I
chunky.
said, yeah, you and
Chunky,
your
that's
girlfriend are
that's a
chunky
nice
too.
way. That's a nice way of saying we're fat.
yes, that's a very polite way to say that.
Yeah, salsa's chunky and so am I, right?
We're fat.
I love salsa.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right,
right.
so I think we should let
Yes, that was probably 20 minutes ago. Stephanie was gonna
Stephanie
ask us
ask some questions.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have answered most of that. You know, when Jason was on, he went through all the technical aspects of that. Joe, I do appreciate you talking about, you know, it's more about the networking than just being on stage for your time, you know. I didn't really have a lot of questions other than, you know, just nitpicky things like where is the festival going to be this year? That was a good one. So like you said, you haven't.
That's not nitpicky. I mean, you're spending money. You want to know where you're going to end up.
Yeah.
Especially your birthday. You wanted to go for your birthday.
I mean, it's weird. Ever since COVID,
yeah.
Before COVID, I wouldn't start the year unless I had the whole thing scheduled and I knew where the main event was, and that was it. And I'm not blaming COVID on this, but it caused us to change the way we do business some, as it did with everybody. And I'm still freaking out. I freak out constantly, and if I have to have that date sit down. But I've also tried to calm myself down and go, let's not just jump into a venue when I could possibly end up with a better venue for the comics. So I feel bad that I have to hold the comics off. And I think what it is 10, 12, this is our 13th year you're doing it. Probably, 10, 15 years, I mean, whatever, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to hold off. I would have had to have the place because I didn't have the reputation that I have now. Now comics know that I'm going to come through and I'm going to provide them with a cool venue at the end. So don't worry about it.
Joe, that theater that we did in a couple of years ago in Indiana by Cincinnati, what a great room that was. I mean, like, it's in the middle of nowhere, but what a great theater that was.
I fell in love with that theater, and I kind of comes back to a point though of jumping too soon. I walked in as a comic. I walked into that theater, and my jaw dropped, and I envisioned all the comics on that stage, and I said yes right away without doing all the checking and all the work that Jason and I should have done. And Jason and I both have talked about this. We both kind of got excited about that. We listened to what the casino told us, and it wasn't true. But it was like a 1,300 seat theater, and we averaged about 200 people a show, which was pretty good for that area. But we had to buy ourselves. We went and bought like fake walls and stuff and built the whole theater to give it the feel of being a little bit smaller. And the comics, I believe, left that year's main event with a great video and had a great time. And I think it was very good for the comics because it wasn't in Vegas, and the industry that showed up had nowhere else to go. So they were around a lot.
America's Got Talent, who we had her on the show.
Yep, Nyla.
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 No, that was one of my favorite years, though, man. Seriously, I enjoyed that.
It's one of the reasons we originally started to take it from Vegas and traveling around the country was we thought it would kind of make the industry have to be more involved. But we went back to Vegas because of COVID, and then we kind of changed our whole plan, and now everyone seems to want it back in Vegas, and even the industry and the comics don't mind when the industry's not there for every single show. And we still get a ton of industry at the shows, and we get more industry in Vegas. So that's where we're trying.
The satellite we have coming up in Vegas, Kathleen told me that's a beautiful room at Notoriety. She's very impressed. She said, I might have to come down and see you guys.
Well, that'd be fun.
And also, I just think that isn't that going to be the weekend of the NFL draft, which is also going to be down there?
I don't know if it's downtown, but yeah, it's there.
But I mean, that's great. I mean, there's a lot of people. I got an Airbnb already, and it's like a mile away. I can walk because I wanted to be down near the room.
Yeah,
There you go.
the room's incredible. It's in a building called Neonopolis, and when I lived out in Vegas, this building was kind of built. It had a bunch of theaters in it, movie theaters and stuff, and then it kind of died. Like nothing could survive there. It was right in the heart of downtown, but nothing. And then these guys came in and renovated out some theaters, and they're just like when you go in there, it's like, oh man, this is so nice. I'm excited about being in there.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. We did for the main event last year, that's where we did our late night shows. And for the comics who don't make it into the top 101, we have late night shows for them to perform. So we ended up doing our 3 late night shows downtown and that revenue. I mean that venue. And it killed. Like the industry came down and hung out just because it was a different place. And then we went downstairs after the show and did axe throwing. So that was fun.
I think they also had karaoke one night as well.
Here's the World Series of Comedy. Register.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
Register. Check it out. Make sure you go here. And here we go. Email this guy. If you want something done right, email this guy. Awesome.
Look, you don't want to. Speaking of that, talking about the Joe's threatening email. Hey, this is for all of you. If you show up late, I was like, Joe, why don't you sugarcoat that a little bit?
I feel like a father yelling at their kids. I get so mad when a comic shows up late at a satellite or something like that, and then I feel bad for yelling at them. But I'm mad because,
you should be professional.
I really get mad if they don't show up. If they don't show up and they don't tell me, oh man, I have emailed and texted some nasty shit. I'm like, somebody better be dead.
Yeah, because you have to show your professionalism
Well,
by any gig.
I can look at the spreadsheet and I see 50, 60 comics below that I know would like to have that spot. And they can't get there that night. So I get really mad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you make the list for a satellite and it comes out and you see your name on it and you know you're not going to go, let them know so they can move someone else in there so they can have time to make their travel arrangements.
I don't know how to convey that. I mean, Jason and I are constantly trying to let the comics know that, and I don't want to be preaching and.
Well, no, I'm putting it out here.
Yeah. I mean, we just
promote this, Joe, on your emails. We saw the email. We promoted Dougie, and you promoted that girl, but we didn't see a promotion for us, and his feelings were hurt. I had to talk him down off a ledge, and I said, I'll ask Joe to.
Well, they had asked me if we should put this on, and I said no.
Thanks.
Why? Because of Molly?
He made sure. You see, Joe's such a mastermind. He put his driver's license up there on purpose, so we have to take this shit off the air.
No,
idiot! I can't believe I did that. I'm such a dumbass. Yeah. Stephanie, do you have any more questions for me?
I'm pretty well set. I sat down with a pen and a pad, and I was like, what do I want to ask? And it's like everything I wanted to ask, all the questions have already been answered.
You know what? You could have.
You guys have done a thorough job.
Yeah.
If any comics are watching this, and if they register and say they heard it on here, they can pick 4 satellite. Right now it's only 1 satellite, but they can pick. So they just register, pick 1, and then email me and say, hey, I heard it on Off the Rails. Can I add 3 more? And then tell me.
There you go.
Woo! Hear that, Steph?
Stop complaining now, Will.
Hey, Steph, where can some people see you coming up here? Where can we find you?
Right now, I'm thinking, what do I have scheduled? But I'm pretty much taking the month of April off.
Where do you post upcoming shows?
I do a lot of stuff it's called the Mountain Roots Theater, and then I'll do shows there. Here it's a community theater. I've had a lot of people down to perform there. Like I had Ray Hensley and Neil
Right.
Rubenstein and Lori Graves, and they came down and they all performed there at the theater. And it's a community theater, so they do children's plays, they do productions. They did a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, we
So-
love that.
Yeah.
So it's
Make me feel
a
weird.
fully fleshed out theater. So you get on stage, there's 200 people, you can cram 200 people in there. So it's nice to have that resource, and I keep trying to like make that happen. Like that's the goal, like make it a viable destination. And right now I'm not really performing out, trying to get other comics booked. There's not a lot of us here in West Virginia.
There's some good ones. You know Andy?
Of course I know Andy. He's my
Andy
favorite
Crampton?
bartender. Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. I love Andy. I really
Yeah,
do.
we
Don't
all
tell him I
do.
said that. Don't tell him I said that.
I won't.
You know how many funny comedians we got in Wisconsin?
4?
100 billion and a trillion.
I have no idea.
Yeah, a billion.
Well, if you're counting Will,
There's a
counting Will.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna blow you away the next time you see me.
All
You're
I
gonna
heard is
just
watch. I'm gonna blow you when I stop listening.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna say, "Oh my God, this guy is really stepping it up." I hope. Anyway,
All right. Well, Joe, Steph, thank you for coming on today. I hope you
Thank
guys
you
had
so
some
much.
fun. Thank you very
Oh,
much. Remember, we're not good enough.
we're not good enough. No.
Thank you.